Yo, what up, nyakos? It's your buddy Philko here reporting live from your mama's house in her bathtub still. I'm still in the bathtub here, about to finish up and take a shower. So I'm just gonna make this video real quick. This is gonna be a little bit about my day yesterday. My homie Jason got into a little situation. It was kind of my fault. You know, it was kind of my fault. But anyway, this is what happened. So, you know, he's trying to marry a Russian woman. He wants to get married in Russia. He only wants to go back to America to get his visa. Then he wants to come back to Russia for good. Like, he doesn't want to be American anymore. I think he just wants to be a Russian citizen and that's it. So we go out to this bar yesterday, and whenever I see girls available for him or they're by themselves, I always show him, I put him out. This man is brave, he'll go for it anytime, right? So I look to my right and I see these two just bad chicks, just bad. But they were kind of obviously like looking for attention. You know how some girls wear things? It's like, oh shit, this girl's like definitely just looking for attention. No one wears that kind of shit just to make themselves look nice or make themselves look beautiful. No, it's like, talk to me, I might fuck you kind of outfits. That's what they were wearing. So I point them out and we start talking, but they didn't understand any English and the music was way too loud. They couldn't hear me speaking Russian, so we used Google Translator. And so then I write, I'm like, my friend wants to buy you a drink. It translates it. They write back some shit like, okay, and they start talking to him and they start writing into his Google Translator. So both of these girls just giving their attention to him, they're basically ignoring me. And now this is happening, there's some random drunk guy who won't leave me the fuck alone. This is why I don't like drunk people and I don't like drinking too much. This guy would not leave me the fuck alone. Now, if I would hit this guy or push this guy or something, I would look like the asshole. I'm the only black guy there and I just happen to be fighting somebody. You know, I can't afford to make that reputation for black people in the city. So it's real hard for me to hold back from doing things I want to do from a stupid motherfucker. Like, it's real hard. But he wasn't being rude or anything really. He was just kind of like touching me, like hand on the shoulder, just trying to say whatever he can in English. It's just fucking annoying, you know what I mean? I'm like, with all these girls around, why are you talking to me? That's what I always think, what do you want? But you know, people are just curious. So he's talking to me, whatever. I go to Christineski, I'm hanging out with her. Then I go back to him. Maybe I spent like a minute away from him. And I look at his phone, it's translated some shit like, you can come with us to the strip hall. And I was like, oh shit, dude, they're strippers. He was like, yeah, but what's hole? I don't know what hole is. I'm like, it's hall, man. They're strippers. They want you to go and get a private dance, blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh shit. And I was like, all right, look, if you go, I'll go with you for support. You know what I mean? I'll go with you for support. So he's still talking to these two girls. Then out of nowhere, she wasn't masculine. She was just tall. She just was like regular girl, but just tall. Just takes him. And they're like walking to another end of the bar. And I'm like, whoa, who is this kind of tomboyish looking chick taking my homie away like at random without announcing herself? Just taking them away from the group and they're just walking off. And right now I'm like, oh shit, I think that's the pimp. I think that's the pimp and I think I started something that I can't finish. So she's talking to him, whatever, so I slowly creep up to them and I'm like, hey, is everything all right here? She says nothing while I'm standing there. She just kind of looks at me in like a weird shock. Like her pimp mode just like died when I got there. She just stood there just looking at me in shock. I don't know if she recognized me from TV or she couldn't believe I knew how to speak, but she just stood there in shock, you know what I mean? So Jason tells her I'm cool. I go back, whatever. And when I get back, what happened when I got back? When I went back, I was talking to my friend Ilya, the Canadian guy, and I'm like, oh shit, this girl might be a pimp and all this stuff. And as this happens, this big, like 6'5", bald head, white dude, looked like he got out of prison yesterday. He's part of the Aryan Brotherhood. Like, he walks up to the two girls next to them and he starts ordering a drink and like talking to them throughout the side of his mouth. Basically, he was their security, but he was pretending like he was just some guy buying a drink. So at this point in time, I'm like, all right, hopefully they're not telling him anything bad about Jason, because Jason isn't doing anything bad. He's doing business, you know? And I don't think I can fight that guy. He's too big for me and my neck hurt, you know? But if I get that kick to the nuts, yo, anybody's going down, you know what I mean? I got the illest kick. People talk about I don't work out my legs. My legs are really fast and my kicking is very important to me. Right in the nuts, right? So he talks, and while he's talking to them through the side of his mouth, Jason doesn't notice. Jason comes back, starts talking to the girls again, right next to this big dude. So I get kind of nervous. I'm like, oh shit, hopefully nothing bad happens. But then security just goes sit down. He went and sat down because he understands those girls about their money. He just went and sat down. So that's when he basically comes back to me. He's like, oh, I already lost 700 rubles. You know, that 700 rubles, that's like $10 or $11, some shit. And he's like, oh, you know, I just lost like 700 rubles buying these girls drinks. And I promised them. Now they want me to go somewhere around here and get private dances and shit. I'm like, holy shit. So what we think is like, and then later we sat down, and this is like a regular looking bar. We see this sexy girl wearing a sexy outfit, pigtails, long blonde pigtails, come out of like a back door of this bar. And that's when we realized that they have a secret area in that bar for private dances and maybe sex. There's like possibly a prostitution ring going on in there. And we were talking to these people by accident. And I felt bad because I'm the one who introduced them. But it was kind of scary once I realized what was going on. They had security guards there. They had the pimp there, everything. I was like, holy fucking shit, this is crazy. I knew there was at least one gun in that place that night. I just didn't know who had it. Security, the pimp, one of the hoes, I don't know. But yeah, they were dead ass, man. It was kind of weird, and I'm just happy we got out of there safe. And I'm happy he didn't lose too much of his money. But that's my fault that I wasn't smart enough at the moment to realize these girls look like trouble. Because I did realize they looked like trouble, but they just looked so nice. I thought he would enjoy himself, so I gave him the information. And other than that, what else was I just thinking about yesterday? That was really it. Oh my God, there was more. So we go to another place. There's like these 4 Kazakhstanian girls. We're talking to the Kazakhstanian girls, and you know, they want pictures and stuff. And, you know, Jason was talking to them, but something real interesting happened, and it's still happening now. Actually, I might fill you in on this stuff later, guys, because I want to see them again. They're pretty. They have like real long, natural dark hair, and I told them I'm going to buy their hair and sell it in America. These girls are like hanging out, whatever, and we talk, we take pictures, and they're like really excited to see me. They're very happy, you know, they're holding me, taking pictures, all this stuff. And I'm with Christinitsky. You know, you see me sitting with her, my arms around her, you see it. So as we're leaving this place, at random, a car just pulls up beside us, and the girls are like, get in. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what? Well, no, there's too many of us. She's like, no, get in. So we just jumped in. I got this girl, Christina, sitting on my lap. I'm sitting next to Jason, and this other girl's like kind of on his lap. And the car just crowded, and the girls are happy. But what happened was, the girls were so kind and nice to Christina. They're like, oh, what's your name? What's your number? All this stuff. They just kept asking her information. Now, maybe I watched too many movies, but what I thought was, those girls didn't really like her because we're going to meet again. We exchange numbers. They want to see me, whatever. And Jason. But for some reason, I thought those girls didn't really care for Christina, but they were behaving in a nice way to her to not look like a threat to me. That's what I thought was going on. Now, I never know when a girl likes me. I could be completely wrong because I never know, but I think at least one of them do. And they're being nice to Christina to throw her off guard to think they're not a threat. Because they're like, oh, Christina, so do you live here? She says, no, I live in St. Petersburg and I'm leaving Sunday. That's tomorrow. She's leaving tomorrow. I'm like, oh, wow. They're like, Phil, when are you leaving? I'm like, oh, I'm going to be here for a whole month, 5 more weeks. I'm like, oh, Christina, give me your number, all this stuff. But as soon as she leaves, they're probably going to call. You know, I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated. But it was very strange how much attention they were giving Christina. She even said it herself that it was very strange, all the attention they were giving her. And I said, yeah, you got to pay attention to that because they might be pretending to be nice. They're just trying to get you out the way or something. And then, it's not open. Then we go to this other spot, after party spot, and I walk in. There were these 2 girls, like sexy dancer girls, and there's like 2 guys in there. These girls are like, just, I don't know what they were on, because it's not just alcohol. They were on some it looked like they were on ecstasy. They probably popped Molly or something, you know what I mean? And they finished working, dancing for like 6 hours, so the Molly, the alcohol, all that stuff, and the fatigue really got to them. So, you know, they're like sitting there, falling asleep, waking up, moving, dancing, humping each other in like weird ways at random. And just us, a bunch of guys in there, and Christina just watching this. Immediately, I get uncomfortable. I got uncomfortable immediately. And I was like, all right, let's call a taxi. I'm ready to get out of here. Let me tell you why. I know some people in there probably thought I was being too careful. But one thing people don't realize about me is that I'm real careful in Russia. Like, I'm very careful in Russia when it comes to girls. Any girl you see me next to is next to me. She's full mind, completely able to think. She's not under the influence of anything. She's next to me because she wants to. You feel me? So basically, when I'm in a place with a bunch of girls who are with guys I don't know and they're like under the influence of something heavily, maybe drugs or alcohol, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Because if those guys get too wild and do something to those girls that they don't want done to them, and they wake up, they remember some of it, and they're like, oh, I know who was there. It was this guy, and that black guy. Fuck that. I'm out of there. I was gone. We were in there for like 20 minutes. I was gone. I kept telling Ilya to call a cab. You know, I wish he would have called it faster, but he called it, we were gone. I don't take those risks. You won't catch me around a bunch of drugged out chicks in Russia with other guys around. Now, if it was just me, I could do it. Because I put them in a room somewhere and I'll sit and mind my business. But I don't know what other people are going to do. I'm not going to sit somewhere like that and be in that environment because I have to trust those guys to not do something bad to them. So if they wake up in the morning and call the police, you know, it may not be a big deal, but oh yeah, you know, that blogger Philko was there. Then it's a real big deal. The American guy was there the night these girls got raped. Fuck that. I was gone. And Christina tried to take a picture of them drugged out. I said, don't fucking take a picture of that shit. Don't have any evidence of me being here. Don't take that picture, you know, because it's not funny. Like a lot of people looking at them laughing. I don't see it as funny. You got two drugged out sexy girls and guys staring at them. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what happened after I left? That shit wasn't funny to me. Like everyone was just looking and laughing. I didn't look. I didn't laugh. I just wanted to leave. You know, playing with their asses, taking off their clothes. Not saying they were trying to rape or anything. They were taking care of them. From what I see, only thing the guys were doing were taking care of them. You know, they were taking off their clothes and stuff, getting them comfortable. Not getting them naked, but like their jackets, their sweaters, laying them down. But the girls were untrustworthy themselves because they're getting up, walking, sitting on guys' laps, dancing on them, dancing on each other. Then they fall asleep. And it's what the fuck is wrong with these girls? I'm out of here. You know, I'm just gone. And that's what I did. I've always been like that. I've always been like that. That's why I always leave parties before it gets too wild. I always leave. I'm gone. I am a ghost. When I notice people getting real fucked up and girls like, oh yeah, condoms, where are the condoms? I'm gone. Fuck that. If I have sex with anybody, it's gonna be me and her. And maybe her. But that's it. You know what I mean? I don't want to be held responsible for some wild shit that someone else does. That's how I am, and that's how I work. I mean, I may do wild shit in Russia, but people don't realize how careful I am in Russia. There's certain situations that if you're in it with me, you'll see that I'm extremely careful. You're like, damn, why are you so careful? I'm like, because I can't afford any charges here. I've been charged once. I don't know if I'm a felon, but I'm not a felon, but I am fingerprinted out here in Russia from the time I escaped the city when they wanted to deport me. But, you know, I didn't win the case, but we settled and everything's fine, but I'm still in a criminal database in Russia. I am in a criminal database. And so, you know, I'm not risking shit. So, you know, that's basically it, people. So, now I'm gonna take a shower and then I'm gonna upload this and I'm out. Yes. Criminal Philko. How the fuck am I a criminal in Russia? That shit's crazy. Alright, later, Nyakos. How the fuck do I stop this shit?